As we leave London behind on our way to Exeter, the city slowly gives way to the English countryside. Glass towers fade into green fields, winding rivers, and quiet villages. This journey to Exeter is one of Britain's most scenic. The train window, the English goes, these hand landscapes have been shaped by a generation of farmers, creating a mosaic that has defined South England for centuries. In Britain, as the train glides through the countryside, the fields stretching to the horizon tell the story of rural England. These landscapes are not wild spaces, but carefully cultivated land shaped by centuries of farming. The patchwork patterns visible from the window reflect generations of land ownership, agricultural traditions, and changing farming practices. Many of the hedgerows dividing these fields are hundreds of years old, serving as natural boundaries while providing shelter for birds, insects, and small mammals. Agriculture remains an important part of life in southern England. After a journey through the fields, villages, and rolling countryside of southern England, we arrived in Exeter, one of the country's oldest cities. But rather than heading straight into the historic center, we are at the Exeter Quayside, where the city's story meets the river Exe. For centuries, this waterfront was the engine of Exeter's economy. Ships once sailed through upriver carrying goods from across Britain and beyond, turning the quayside into a bustling hub of trade and commerce. Warehouses lined the river banks, storing everything from wool and cloth to wine and imported goods destined for markets across the region. Today, the atmosphere is very different. The old warehouses have found new life as cafes, restaurants, and cultural spaces, creating one of the most attractive waterfront districts in south-west England. The, the river that once powered Exeter's commercial success now attracts walkers, cyclists, rovers, and visitors looking to enjoy a slower pace of life. Sitting at a cafe by the water, it's easy to appreciate why the Quayside has become such a popular gathering place. Historic brick buildings stand alongside riverside pathways while boats and kayaks drift across the water. It's a setting that blends history, leisure, and natural beauty. Leaving Exeter behind, the railway begins one of Britain's most spectacular coastal journeys. The Riviera Line follows the edge of Exe Estuary, while shimmering water, sailing boats, and rolling Devon hills create perfect postcard scenery. As the train winds southward, the landscape gradually opens up, revealing even wider glimpses of the coastline. And soon, these estuary views give way to something even more dramatic: the open sea stretching along the railway. Few railway lines in the world bring passengers this close to sea. Along this stretch between Dawlish and Mouth, the tracks run directly beside the coastline, separated from the waves by little more than a historic sea wall. Looking out of the window, it almost feels as though the train is gliding across the water itself. On rough days, waves can crash dramatically against the wall, sending spray high in the air, while calmer conditions reveal the vast blue expanse of the English Channel stretching towards the horizon. It's a remarkable feat of Victorian engineering and one of the defining railway experiences in Britain. As the train continues along the coast, even more breathtaking views of the sea await around the next bend. Red stone cliffs rise above the shoreline, while secluded coves and beaches appear between headlands. It's easy to understand why this route is often ranked among Britain's most scenic railway journeys, offering passengers uninterrupted coastal panoramas that few other railways can match. Under clear blue skies, the Devon coast reveals its full beauty. Sunlight dances across. Scattered across the calm waters are small sailing boats, adding a sense of scale and tranquility to the scene. For generations, these coastal waters have supported local communities. Devon's shoreline for a brief stretch, the railway turns away from the coast and the sea disappears from view. In its place comes a landscape of rolling hills, green fields, and pockets of woodland bathed in Devon sunshine. Beneath the clear blue skies, the countryside appears calm and timeless, grazing livestock and scattered homes reflecting a rural way of life that has endured for generations. The landscape once again. The sea now returns to the scene, and with it comes another spectacular display of coastal beauty. Sunlight glistens the water as the railway once again draws close to the shoreline. Small sailing boats drift across the bay, their white sails standing out against the deep blue and clear sky. Closer to the shore, closer to the shore, gentle waves trail towards the beaches, creating a sense of movement and tranquility that define this part of English Riviera. The coastline here has long attracted visitors seeking treasure, scenic beauty, and the connection with sea or coast. First, the train window, every curve reveals a new perspective. Boats riding at anchor, headlands stretching in the distance, and sparkling water extending toward the horizon. Few rail journeys offer such a continuous connection with sea, whether it's the rhythm of waves, the sight of sailboats catching the breeze, or simply the vast openness of the coastline. This stretch of Riviera Line captures the essence of travel along one of Britain's most celebrated railway routes. Beyond the train window, the waters of Tor Bay stretch across the horizon, shimmering beneath the Devon sunshine. This broad natural bay has attracted sailors. This is one of the most inviting viewpoints along the coastline. A promenade with distinctive white railings overlooking the bay. Set against the backdrop of green hills, it offers sweeping views of the sea and the surrounding landscape. Places like this, away from the open coast, a quieter side of Devon comes into view. Gliding across the water is a black swan, one of the most elegant sights in the natural world. Against the backdrop of calm waters and lush greenery, the bird moves effortlessly, creating a moment of tranquility amid the journey. Swans have long been associated with Britain's rivers and lakes, symbolizing grace and serenity. Here, the black swan adds a distinctive touch to the landscape, reminding us that English Riviera is not only about dramatic sea views, but also as waves roll steadily towards the shoreline. Sunlight dances across the water, creating shifting patterns of light and shadow. This is a timeless quality of the sea where the rhythm and pace remain unchanged for countless generations. For travelers on the Riviera Line, these coastal views are among the journey's greatest joys, combining the power of nature and the tranquility of English Quayside. Running or walking alongside the coastline on its walk paths invite visitors to explore the landscapes at a slower pace. Rocky outcrops frame the shoreline, adding texture and drama to the view across the bay. The path connects beaches, coves, and viewpoints, offering endless opportunities to experience the coast up close. Here, the meeting of land and sea creates a landscape that is both rugged and beautiful, shaped over millions of years by winds, waves, and time. As the journey nears its end, the scenery shifts once more. Trees, gardens, green spaces line the route, providing gentle contrast with the dramatic coastal vistas seen earlier. The English Riviera is celebrated not only for its beaches and sea and the tranquil water. As waves continue their endless journey towards the shore, our journey along the Riviera Line comes to an end. From countryside and history to dramatic coastline panoramas, this has been a voyage through some of